Arunas is doing
और गर्मी तो काफ़ी है यार।
19 akhtar.
She's from Goa.
And lean a little bit in forward.
Especially for the brake side.
मोटरसाइकिल पे ट्रैवल करता हूँ, ट्रिप्स करता हूँ।
Going to do braking drills.
Fun. This is really fun when you are a ball of muesli and you're on a TrailR t-shirt. चलो
मज़ा आएगा।
Hi, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is winterwanderer and मैं जा रहा हूँ एयरपोर्ट मुंबई क्योंकि मेरी फ़्लाइट है मुंबई से गुड़गांव। ऐसा लगा था कि अभी ना ये हफ्ते बारिश होगी, लेकिन बारिश का कोई भी साइन नहीं है। थोड़ी सी ड्रिज़ल हुई है आज सुबह, लेकिन अभी बादल विंडी है। एक दो दिन में होनी चाहिए बारिश, और गर्मी तो काफ़ी है यार। आई थिंक मुझे भी और आप लोगों को भी रेंस चाहिए, क्योंकि रेंस आया तो राइडिंग का मज़ा ही कुछ और है। मैंने टाई अप किया है राइस मोटो के साथ, और उनका एक इवेंट है विच इज़ गोइंग टू बी इन गुड़गांव। मेरे जैसे और कुछ लोग आ रहे हैं, 15 to 16 जर्नलिस्ट होंगे, और हम सब वहाँ पे ट्रेनिंग लेने वाले हैं फ्रॉम आशीष और अनुराग से। आई एम वेरी एक्साइटेड टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस इवेंट बिकॉज यू नो इन सच इवेंट यू विल not only learn the techniques but you will also learn the ability of doing off-roading in the right way. तो चलो एयरपोर्ट पे मिलते हैं। तो हम आ गए हैं इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट, और दोपहर का वक्त होने की वजह से ट्रैफिक नहीं थी। हम एक्चुअली 1 घंटे के अंदर आ गए, विच इज़ अमेजिंग, फ्रॉम वाशिंग टू छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट। फिलहाल बारिश चालू हो गई है, यू कैन सी दिस। आई एम हैप्पी टू सी कि मुंबई में बारिश चालू हो गई। दिल्ली एयरपोर्ट टर्मिनल 2। जैसे प्लेन के बाहर निकले ना, तो एक गरम लू आई, तो इससे पता चलता है अभी बजे है कुछ 7, 7:30, और अभी हमको गर्मी लग रही है। मतलब कल क्या होने वाला है ना, आई कैन इमेजिन। हम बाइक पे लाइक तंदूरी चिकन बन के घूमते रहेंगे पूरा दिन, लगता है। तो अभी मैं अपना बैग लेने आया हूँ, और फिर यहाँ से कार है टू द होटल। सो वी आर वेटिंग फॉर द कैब, और हम तीनों जन साथ में आने वाले हैं। ही इज़ सचिन एंड किरण। अभी हम यहाँ से 1 घंटे में हम अपने होटल पहुँचेंगे और सीधा डिनर करके हम सोने वाले हैं। चलो
मज़ा आएगा।
सो फाइनली गोल्डन ट्यूलिप होटल पहुँच गए हम, एंड इट्स रियली हॉट। तो अभी नीचे जाऊंगा मैं डिनर के लिए। सो राइट नाउ
लाइट वेट भी है ना सबसे।
हम रेस्टोरेंट में है, डिनर कर रहे हैं, और मेरे साथ है फ्लेक्सिया। शी इज़ फ्रॉम गोवा।
Hi, I am Flexia. I'm from Goa. I'm a travel content creator, and I genuinely liked bikes for the longest time, and we are here, and I'm like, in fact, here to do something very, very new for me. These boys have been doing it for a while, but let's see how it goes.
हेलो, ये बुल्लू बहुत जन पहचानते भी होंगे, तो बुल्लू लेकिन फिर भी क्विकली बता दें।
हेलो, सो माय नेम इज़ बुल्लू पटनायक। आई स्टे इन बैंगलोर। मोटरसाइकिल पे ट्रैवल करता हूँ, ट्रिप्स करता रहता हूँ। काफ़ी सारे मोटरसाइकिल्स हैं।
And we all are here for an event organized by Reise Moto, and tomorrow we are going to do some off-roading and learning some new techniques. तो ये हमारा रूम है, जो 2 हम लोग यहाँ पे रुकने वाले हैं। एंड अगेन वी गॉट अ राइस मोटो का गुडी बैग विच हैज़ कैप, mug, water bottle, buff with a cute keychain, एंड अ पेन, और यहाँ पे मैंने सब अपना सामान रखा हुआ है, ओके, विच आई एम गोइंग टू यूज़. दिस इज़ अ माउंट, GoPro 7, जॉ माउंट, some batteries, hydro pack. बहुत गर्मी होने वाली है. And also we got a t-shirt which I'm going to wear it tomorrow. आज का दिन यहाँ पे ही मैं एंड करूँगा. कल सुबह 7 बजे हम लोग को ब्रेकफास्ट एरिया में मिलना है नीचे. वहाँ से देन 3.5 किलोमीटर का ड्राइव है एंड वी विल बी गोइंग टू Throttle Shrottle, और वहाँ पे पहला दिन कल चालू होने वाला है. तो कल मिलते हैं सुबह 7 बजे. ओके, बाय. गुड मॉर्निंग बुल्लू.
गुड मॉर्निंग.
अभी बजा है
टाइम हो गया 5:41.
और अभी टेम्परेचर है 32 डिग्री.
झूठ बोल रहा है.
हाँ,
अभी
32 डिग्री.
अरे यार, दोपहर में गर्मी होगा ये पता था, अभी 32 डिग्री कैसे हो गया?
12 बजे से
सुबह
12 बजे से 5 बजे तक
हाँ.
42 होने वाला है.
बस
बाहर लेके जाता हूँ, आप लोगों को बताता हूँ मैं आज क्या पहनने वाला हूँ. तो दिस इज़ माई मोटोक्रॉस स्कॉर्पियन हेलमेट which I'm going to wear it. Then coming to gears, I'm going to wear Rhinox का Storm Evoke riding jacket and Storm Evoke pants and Gravel Dual Sport gloves. These are perfect for such event. Jacket में mesh है तो definitely it's going to help me in this heat. But फिर भी दिल्ली में बहुत गर्मी है तो गर्म काफ़ी होने वाला है. But these gears are going to give maximum protection. Riding boots से मेरे Falco. और आज हम जाने वाले हैं TrailR Academy which is happening for the first time in Gurgaon. और ये मेरा टैग है. ऑल सेट फॉर डे 1 द राइस TrailR Academy. लेकिन अभी हम लोग जा रहे हैं ब्रेकफास्ट. बिल्लू चल
चलो चल रहे हैं यार,
भूख तो
ब्रेकफास्ट
लगी
करते
है.
हैं.
चलो लेट्स गो, सी यू डाउन. तो मैं खा रहा हूँ
मेरा ये
मैशमेलन पपैया 1 पराठा एंड म्यूसली, a bowl of muesli, and here are the TrailR t-shirt which we just got from Arif. I'm all set. Like you see, riding pants are on, t-shirts are on, and all set. यहाँ से कुछ 3-3.5 किलोमीटर है. बता रहे हैं कि आज दोपहर में बारिश होनी चाहिए. तो पता चला है कि बॉम्बे में काफ़ी बारिश हो रही है, बैंगलोर में भी हो रही है. तो बैंगलोर मुंबई का दिल्ली में है, तो प्लीज़ दिल्ली में भी बारिश हो जाए तो मज़ा आ जाएगा. Now we are all excited to ride today and learn from Ashish and अनुराज. तो मिलते हैं. सो फोक्स हम पहुंच गए एट द वेन्यू एंड वेन्यू का नाम है Throttle Shrottle Moto Ranch. और अभी तो फ़िलहाल डिसेंट वेदर है. चलो अंदर. super excited to upgrade my riding skill and technique. Here are the bikes. And here is the track. And those are Ashish and Arunaz taking a spin. Amazing. It's going to be fun. I am super thrilled. Tell you guys, this is fun. This is really fun when you are out somewhere in a new city and on new track and trying to understand the track and learn something from the expert, and then upgrading your skill of off-roading is full on सोने पे सुहागा टाइप. तो चलो अभी आई थिंक ब्रीफिंग होगी. ब्रीफिंग के बाद हम सेक्शन वाइज और स्लॉट वाइज विल टेक अस राउंड एंड चेक द ट्रेल एंड देन द होल फन विल स्टार्ट. The Xpluse are all ready with a new shoe of TrailR tire. तो Xpluse का फ्रंट साइज है 90/90/21 और रेयर है 120/80/18. Yeah, you can see here. Guys, we are all set to ride and keep rolling.
So, Arunaz is a 2-time Dakar winner and a touring rally champion. Ashish, our Dakar Rally Pilot from the local Tyres of Pune, and he's also, participated in many championships across the world, right? So, over to both of you, gentlemen.
Namaste. Welcome to TrailR Academy.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Welcome to the TrailR Academy. I can assure you this is going to be a great experience. Our general flow of the event, it's a 2-day event, right? So today we are going to cover most of the basics, and the initial part of the training is going to be done here while we talk about body position and basically setting up the bike firstly. One very important thing I would like to basically emphasize is that if you feel tired or if you feel the heat is getting too much, please come and have water, keep yourself hydrated. In general, if you feel thirsty, it's already too late, so that's the general rule we follow while we race. So please keep yourself hydrated. Motorcycle we ride is to set up the motorcycle for ourselves. In simple words, you need to set up for success, and the first part of that setup is always getting the controls right. You have to be able to access the controls, starting firstly with the handlebars. Now, most of the motorcycles either they come with some sort of risers or don't. Like the bikes that we got yesterday, which were the Pro, the Xpluse Pro, they come with the risers, right? And for me that doesn't work because I'm a short guy and the risers just don't make sense for me. Whereas for Arunas, he's a tall guy, so he decided to leave the risers on. It's important to do the handlebar first, because once you fix the handlebar in the position that you like, the next thing to do is the levers. Hand controls is slightly below the parallel, and by parallel I mean this is the parallel, right? And you see this bike now, it's already set up quite well, where you have the levers slightly below parallel. What this does is it lets you get into a good riding position. So even if you're standing or sitting, you don't have a bend in the elbow. So if this was up here, like generally bikes are, right, you have a bend in the wrist, and that will get worse as you move forward. You don't want that bend in the wrist. If you have a bend in the wrist and you try to weigh the front, you're going to basically put all the force into the wrist joint. You want the force to travel through the palm of your hand when you hold your hand like this and just straight down, and that's the maximum force that you can put in. Move the clamps as in as possible so you have easy control and easy access. One of the other things to do here also is remember that when we ride off-road, we want to use just one or maximum 2 fingers. Ideally 1, but people who are comfortable with 2, that's also fine. Especially for the brake side, just 1 finger. The reason for that also is if you are in a panic situation and you have like all 4 fingers on the brake, there is a good chance that you are going to just panic and pull the brake in, and that's not going to end very well for you, right? So to have finer control of the brake or the clutch, it's better to use just 1 finger. If you find 1 finger, it's not enough for you, you can't generate enough force to pull the clutch in, it's okay to use 2, but try to avoid going more than 2 fingers on the levers. He keeps his leg here, right? Now, 1 second. From the foot peg, the parallel here is where this lever is set. What I would do here is open this up and maybe move this up slightly a notch, and that would help to get my foot under more easily. You should be able to shift standing. Downshift is always easier, upshifting is more difficult, right? If you need to move your leg out to shift, then your adjustment is not right. If when Arunas stands, for instance, on the bike, he's holding the motorcycle, right, with his feet. If he has to move the foot out and then shift, that's more difficult. His body away from the motorcycle, which is not ideal off-roading. You need to be able to hold the motorcycle.
Now it's a bit too low.
Yes. So this is the stock position that most bikes come in. For general riding, like tracks like this, trail, you don't need to drop the pressures that much unless you're doing some really hardcore trails. If you're in a tricky situation where you know there's a lot of slush, you have absolutely no traction, by all means drop the pressure, but then if you are on a tour, I would just pump that pressure up immediately after I've crossed that hurdle. A 50-50 tire will generally take you out of most tricky situations. If it's really high monsoons and just very slushy, you need a tire that is more aggressive, has more empty spaces so that all the slush and the muck can clear out. Okay. In general, remember that when you ride off-road, you need to carry some momentum. Yeah? Speed is your friend. Any sort of tire in a mucky situation, in a slushy situation, if you ride slow, is going to catch mud and eventually become a slick tire. Okay. The more open spaces you have, the open spaces in the tire are basically given there so that when the tire rotates, the mud flings out, right? But for the mud to fling out, it needs some rotational force so that you can have a centripetal force that's throwing the mud off. So, like most cases in off-road riding, in general, carrying a little bit of speed will get you out of tricky situations 9 out of 10 times. The one time you get on the crash, that's it.
We have like two positions, sitting and standing. We need to sit in the middle of the bike. Middle of the bike is the foot pegs. So it means now is the perfect sitting position. Anyway, you give the power and lean a little bit in forward. And when you are braking, you need to be like more like straight, maybe a little bit in the back. And when they standing, it's about the brakings, you know. Also, when you accelerating, you moving a little bit in forward, maybe straight like this, you know, to not go back and not to lose control for the front wheel. And when you are braking, especially with the front ones, you need to go back for the weight to have more traction on the rear wheel. So it's really important to prepare for what you are doing. Open the gas, you're going a little bit more in the front to keep weight more in the front, and if you're braking, you're going back. The arms, the elbows, it's should be like this. It's like a little bit more up. Usually the people doing too low. When the arms like this, you not so have so much power to do this. When the elbows is this, it's coming, you know, more from the shoulders, from the back, so you have more power, you know, to hold the bike. Your foot, this is a good position of the foot on the foot pegs. Many guys sitting like in the middle, in this part. Most important thing with this, so you know, the fingers should be in the front, and when the foot position in like this, you accidentally can press the gears, or the most important thing, the brake, rear brake. You accidentally just braking. When you back the right position, never happen like this. When you just need to move, you know. You're not riding like all the time and you can change the gear or brake. You need to move the foot, you know. When you need to use, then you never have like accidentally change the gear or braking. Also, when the fingers like point in the front, your leg, this means, you know, it's close to the bike. And your foot, it's a little bit wrong position. You try to not to change the gear. Your fingers going more out, and here we can have a like free space. So this means bike is nobody hold. When we back to the right position, leg is really close to the bike, and you can control all the time. You know, the normal road you can ride like this. But if you're going to some off-road and where is like a little bit tricky, you need to have more power on the bike, or like to hold. So it means the arms, take the arms, yes, and the chest coming a little bit to the bar, yes. The elbows should have some angle, yes, not like straight, because the straight arm, if you have some slide a little bit or something like this, and if there is move like bar, you can lose balance immediately, because you don't have space, you know, where to suspend this.
You cannot extend the
Yes.
extension lift.
Yeah, so when you will like this, so you can move the bike and you see the body is still straight, and you still don't lose your balance. Also, the legs is completely straight, like it's like a resting a little bit. After, when you need some, you know, some comings, some bumps to jump uphill, downhill, you're moving like with from the knees. Yes, you can like you have like movements and like suspension a little bit. But it's most important thing for me that you keep your weight in the center. So it means when you're moving, doing this, your hips not going front, because then you have all the weight in the front wheel. Your hips should be go back, you know, like a squat in the gym. You're doing like this, you're not doing like this. So same with the bike. Yes, the chest is closer to the bar and the hips going to the back. This is all your movements with the bike when you are standing. Fingers straight in the front, bike is holding, you all the time with the legs. This is part of the body should be tense, not loose, you know, you're holding all the time. And the top one from the core uphill can be, you know, loose.
So after a good training theory session by Ashish and Anuras, we are here with our bikes. My bike number is 19. We're all getting ready for the trail and the theory is done. Now we are going to convert that into a practical session. Quickly मैं आप लोगों को बता देता हूँ, जैसे आप लोग ने सुना है कि this lever needs to be closed enough and it should be comfortable. आप एक उंगली से ही, normally मैं ये उंगली से ही यूज़ करता हूँ both the brakes and the clutch, और maximum 1 or 2 finger यूज़ करना चाहिए when you are doing off-roading. If you are a short guy, you need to you don't need to use the handle riser, because शॉर्ट गया है तो आर्म जो एल्बो का जो रेंज होता है वो कम हो जाता है. तो इफ़ यू आर टॉल गाय देन यू नीड टू यूज़ द हैंडल राइजर. इवन विद द लिवर आप लोग को एकदम आराम से उसको सेट करना चाहिए. अगर आपके बूट से और ये लिवर नीचे है तो उसको नीचे जाने में आपको तकलीफ होगी ऐसे. तो वो सब हमने सीखा है एंड ऑल गुड टू गो. सो ऑल सेट टू राइड ऑन द trail. Excuse me. Nineteen. Akhtar. Ashish. First we are just taking a lap, no?
Showing the loop. Going to do braking drills. Arunas is doing body position.
Okay.
We'll finish the braking and then you guys will swap.
Okay.